story that has been top of mind this week, of course, has been the families that have been separated at U.S. borders. How do we feel about what's happening? More importantly, what can be done? This story, obviously, we talked about it at the top of the show. We've been talking about it all week about families being separated, and some concessions have been made, but the fact that a lot of these families are still separated from their children,
right?
It's just heart-wrenching. It really is. And some of the conditions, and I'm say this really quickly, some of the conditions that I've seen, some of the pictures that I've seen, and some of the video, they're treating them like animals.
Oh my God.
Treating these human beings like animals in cages, and it just looks like it's just so heart-wrenching.
Yes.
How could anyone in their right mind think that this is okay in the beginning?
It's evil inside.
It is child abuse at its finest. Let me just start there. It's child abuse at its finest, and it's interesting because here in the States, if a mother, leaves a child at home underage by themselves, then you can go to jail for that, right? You can, or if there's some type of physical abuse that's happening to the child, you can go to jail for that. But it's quite interesting. In the very same country, the president can sign a decree to say, you know what? Let's separate them from their parents and throw them away. Put them in dog kennels, and that's okay. And no one's going to go to jail for that.
And cover them in foil.
And no one's going to go to jail for that. Isn't that interesting? Stop for a moment. Let's really think about that.
That's a very good point.
It is.
Think about what I just said.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
And no one's going to go to jail for that.
Right.
But if you, we've had...
Run into the store. And you see Bailey or Carter in the back seat, I will.
You go to jail for that.
Being separate from their parents.
Yeah.
And I saw a photo, and I don't like to misspeak, but I definitely saw a photo. Did you guys see the photo where their kids had on orange jumpsuits?
Yeah.
Those were children,
right?
Correct.
As if
Why are they in orange jumpsuits like the men that are in prison?
Yeah.
Like they're prisoners.
Yes.
Right.
First of all, they're children.
Right.
So they didn't commit the crime.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
They're underage. They didn't commit the crime. So why are they in prisons? Shouldn't they be somewhere where they're having lunch? And, if they're separating and it's not their responsibility what their parents have done, if in fact they've even committed a crime, because we can go back there, and we really need to speak to that. Like we know that people have been trying to get into the country. We know all of that. We understand that's been going on for years. There have been people that have been trying to get into the country illegally for years. We know all of that.
Right.
Okay, everybody knows all of that. And Jeff Sessions signed he signed a law, I guess, or whatever. What do you call that? It's not a law, but a decree or something, a bill, or, it's here in the notes.
Right.
I can't think of the... He rolled out
a policy.
a policy.
There we go.
There you go.
Sorry, I wasn't there to help you on that, babe.
My words.
Yes.
But he signed a policy saying, the zero tolerance policy, right? And the zero tolerance policy was basically geared towards, illegal immigrants, gangbangers, people coming into the country, wreaking havoc, causing a disturbance, if you will.
Well, that was the picture they wanted to paint about the people anyway.
Right, okay. But studies have shown, that have shown that mostly women and children are the ones that want to come into the country. And then what about asylum? It is not illegal to seek asylum.
Right.
So what's happening when people are seeking asylum, okay, why is this happening to them? Does anybody have any information on why they cannot seek asylum? And furthermore, their kids have to come because the mothers are trying to get their children from being recruited into gangs because people are, the gangs are trying to recruit
the cartels.
So
hello, somebody.
Here's the thing.
So it's like you said the other day, Kiana, when you said, bring me your tired, bring me your poor. The country was supposed to be able to receive receive diversity, if you will.
So here's the thing.
What is happening?
Seeking asylum from countries that are brown, and I'm considering, the Mexico and Guatemala and Honduras, South America, those are quote-unquote brown countries in certain perspectives.
Right.
That is not okay. It's illegal to seek asylum, in his mind. in for our leadership
But it's
mind,
not illegal,
it's
right?
not.
Hello.
But in his mind, you're coming here seeking asylum. You're taking resources from American citizens. We don't have anything to offer you. So at the end of the day, it's very, very unfortunate that the gist of this have not been really acknowledged. The fact is, people are coming here to work. Everybody that come here are not. They are
seeking a better
not.
life.
Yes, they are not
Yeah.
criminals. They're not the MS-13. They're not, drug dealers. I'm sure there's a percentage of people who may be, but the mass majority are women and children and fathers who want better for their family.
Yes.
And that is what this country is supposed to offer.
Yes.
Period. Regardless of color or who you creed or wherever you're from. Period.
Well, I just want to say this. When President Trump was running for the presidency, and he said, we're going to build a wall and that whole wall thing. Well,
Mexico's going to pay for the wall.
hey guys, you guys that voted for him, are you happy now?
Right.
This is the result of his energy of I want to build a wall to try to get immigrants out of the country. Now you've separated families.
Right. And then here's the
Just
thing:
very
the people who
unorganized
support 45
legislation.
support 45. So unfortunately, we need to figure out, even though that is true, we need to figure out what do we do to
Yes.
make this work,
Right.
So or to fix it,
Right.
What is the workaround?
Okay, so we do have 5 ways to help. Obviously, money. It's gonna, donate. Call your representative, and we have this listed here so that you can definitely do those things. Volunteer. Definitely Spanish-speaking people are needed so that the Spanish-speaking people can speak to the children to figure out where their parents are, all of that, so that they can be reunited. Apply to be a foster parent because we don't know how long this process is going to take.
Yes.
You never know. And there is going to be a national protest June 30th outside of the White House and other cities put on by Families Belong Together. So we will definitely list that on all of our social platforms. We wanted to just speak our truth and how we're feeling about it. It's just very, very sad. It's very, very sad.
very
It's so ironic.
And
that
we're
the whole
disgusted.
country, the
It's
whole
just very unorganized. It's
the
just a very
administration
unorganized
is just
administration.
ridiculous.
It is.
I've not seen, and it's so much. Oh my God, injustice that's taken place under this administration. I mean, it's corrupt from the White House on down,
Yes.
people. It is more than what we even see.
Yes.
And then the thing is, these kids are only supposed to be separated for 20 days, and it's more than that.
You know how 20 days from your mama at 5 is? How do you feel? Send us your thoughts at Sister